Welcome back to the Sam and Ray podcast. I'm Sam.
And I'm Ray.
I don't know why I did that big in the beginning.
Trying to catch your breath.
Yeah, trying to catch my breath because I can't breathe through my nose. It's all stuffy. No, I'm not positive for COVID is what I was going to say. I took a test and I am clear. It's just a cold because it's been so freaking freezing. So if you hear me clear my throat a couple times, it's because of that. It's just been so cold. I can't take it. I'm an old lady now.
Yeah, it's going around.
Yeah. But we got really good
feedback.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that tapped in with us, listened to the first episode of our podcast, the intro.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you guys understand that we don't really have topics like everybody else.
Mm-mm.
We don't have an outline.
We don't. And today, I don't even he's going to be surprised about what I bring up. And so am I. So am I. And don't ever think that anything I bring up, I have actual like information or like actual like educational like stuff to put toward it. It's just all filling. And
we're going to have to put like
thoughts.
some type of disclosure.
Like anything said by Sam and Ray podcast, please do not take it to heart and don't use it as factual base, like a factual thing.
All right.
Because you'll look stupid.
It's funny though, because people do that shit. They get really like, well, where are your facts? It's like, where are yours? We're all reading the same shit, just from different people, fool.
Oh,
you know, when people try to do that shit. Conspiracy theories.
I love conspiracy theories.
But it's funny because people are like, what research have you done? It's like, bro, you're reading the same research everyone else has done before you. So you haven't done research, you just read.
Yeah. You know what one of my favorite conspiracy theories is?
What's that?
That Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey.
No way.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, the only facts I have is the side-by-side pictures and they look identical. That's all I have.
That's so random. I hope you never meet her.
I hope you never meet Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be awkward.
Like John Benet. Do I call you John Benet or do I call you Katy?
Like, should I walk around with that missing flyer? That missing person flyer?
Put it next to your face. I found her.
Like, I believe this is you.
The internet was right. Speaking of the internet, I was on TikTok, which I normally am. If you guys aren't on TikTok, what are you guys doing?
Living under a rock.
Yeah. Also, I am TikTok famous. I have 141 followers. I'm pretty sure some of those are not real people. They're just accounts that are for sexy singles in your area, because I keep getting DMs from those people, and I'm like, listen, do any
of them have money?
I don't know.
Damn.
I'm like, listen, I'm going to keep you as a follower because you upped my number. So thank you to that. But the DMs, they're like, message me if you want to meet sexy singles. And I'm like,
they're trying to make you sugar
yeah.
baby.
And I'm like, maybe if me and my husband get bored and be like, we need to spice things up, I'll hit you guys up. But for right now, we're cool.
Remember we used to always talk about like entertaining like those random ass phone calls and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Prank calling people.
Yes.
We're so
I used
childish.
to actually do that. No, dude, I was like 16 still doing that.
That was last week for me.
I used to go to my cousins, the Rubocavas. Shout out to the Rubocavas.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, I don't know what the fuck I was going to say. We used to just get together and have me prank call people. Is it crank call or is it prank call?
Prank.
But why?
Prank.
Prank. Boots and pants and boots and pants.
Boots and pants.
But so anyways, on TikTok, there is a debate going around on whether or not C-sections are actual birth. Because people who gave vaginal birth, or not all people, but some people who gave vaginal birth are saying that mothers who got C-sections took the easy way out. And I have to say, fuck you guys, because I gave vaginal and I gave C-section. And let's be honest, they both suck.
Well, I'm a man, so I can't really speak on either or.
But it's like, why are we even having this debate?
Process. Yeah, I've seen the process of both, and neither one of them look like they are comfortable.
No,
like the afterbirth is
the aftermath of both are just the worst, because Josh was vaginal. Sorry guys, I'm going to use vaginal a lot probably. And then shut up. And then Kara was C-section. With Josh, my butthole hurt, dude.
Wow.
I felt like I had the biggest lump in my butt after I pushed him out.
Hold on, pause real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached a new level in our in our friendship relationships that we have with you guys now.
Listen, be comfortable about being uncomfortable, okay? Just we're adults here.
I like that. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Not okay.
It's kind
That's
of
not
an
my. That's
oxymoron,
not
but-
my. That's not my life motto because I don't like being uncomfortable. We talked
Yeah.
about that last week. But about this, come on, let's just talk about it. There was a big bump. Like I felt like there was a huge lump in my asshole.
Do you think that they're saying that shit out of bitterness?
Yeah, because
Just like, oh,
it's all those new like, oh, look at me. I'm a trendy hipster mom. I didn't even use any drugs. Well, bitch, I used the drugs because I fucking needed it. Okay. And I was high as a fucking kite and I felt nothing and I felt great. you know?
that's weird. I don't know. Like I said, I can't really say, but to me, it's like a person came out of you. So how does it matter?
Like how does it matter?
Which way it came out?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So
how it
with
came
Josh,
out.
that was the aftermath, was the bump in my butt. And then with Kara, it was hard. Like you have to heal down there. Like there's a big old scar. You
Yeah.
can't lift anything. You can't cough or laugh or sneeze without hurting.
And people don't realize like everything's moved around.
Yes.
Like when they pull her out, like everything's like I saw the process. So they put like the blanket over you,
Mhm.
right? Like they did it so that you wouldn't see what was going on.
Yeah.
And they're like, sir, just stay on that side. Yeah. And pretty much they gave me like the disclosure, like not to peek over, but
yeah.
I got
peeked.
yeah, I got my mom's eyes. I got pretty big eyes. I peeked.
Looking over. But
And
yeah,
that
I don't-
shit's like, man, that's just crazy.
I don't see how it's a debate. Like everybody, it was birth. It was birth. Or if someone else even said like, "Oh, you're not a real mom," I'm like, "Okay, sorry, Kara, I'm not your real mom because I didn't push you out."
That's so dumb though. I think it's because people are trying to be competitive with shit.
It's just like, who the fuck cares? You grew a baby the entire time, right?
Yeah.
Well, even if you didn't grow a baby, let me stop there because there are women who can't grow babies and they adopt children and all this stuff. You're still a mother. But what I'm saying
Well,
is,
there's women that grew the babies and aren't mothers.
yeah, shit. See, so that gets kind of complicated.
It doesn't get complicated. I think what needs to happen is people need to just shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. I'll shut the fuck up.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter how you gave birth. Like because if you look at it in the way you're explaining it, like there's women who can't give birth, so then that doesn't mean that they're not mothers when they have their children because someone else carried that child for them. Well, there's mothers that have given birth and they've neglected their fucking children.
Yeah, that's
So
very
you know what I
true.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
just like it doesn't get complicated. It's pretty fucking simple. People just need to stop trying to compete with everything.
Yeah, I don't
It's
understand
like it's
that.
children.
So
They're
I give
humans.
props to just mothers in general. Like, let's just stop the debate.
It's one time for the moms.
One time, it should be fucking all the time.
Fucking all the
We
time.
should have an we
All
should
the
have an
time.
audience just following us around, clapping like you did that shit.
No, but real shit. I don't know. Everything's a fucking competition to people.
And then, another debate that mothers, for some reason, are having are, well, if you formula fed your baby, that's, it's just like, what? And like breastfeeding compared to formula feeding. Listen,
However you feed your child, make sure
as long as your child is
Yeah.
fed, I don't know what the deal is. I don't get it.
because how are those moms that breastfed and then they threw their kid in the trash can?
Oh my gosh. I know.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
that's
like
very true.
people start nitpicking on shit, but it's like you look at the bigger picture. It's not that fucking serious.
Yeah.
You just want to feel good about yourself by putting other people down.
And you're
in that
taking
shit.
care of your kid. It just
Yeah.
as long as you're taking care of your kid, there should be no debate. There should be nothing. And if you're not taking care of your kid, that's none of my business unless he shows up on my doorstep. And it's like, my mom isn't taking care of me, which someone on TikTok, a little boy who is friends with her child, it came to her door and no jacket, no like nothing. And it's freezing outside and she kept him. She even
Was he
told him,
related to anybody she knew? Or
no, just someone down the street that her kids were friends with.
oh wow,
And he came to her door and she's kept him. And the mom and dad have only come over once to see if he's okay. And she's just like, don't worry about it. I got him.
see that gets messy because then at what point is it like you don't want to take away the bloodline like that, but at the same time it's like that's what they did
Yeah.
on their own merit. But Oh man, that's a complicated situation.
And
Why are we getting so
I
serious?
know. I was thinking
Oh
the
my
same
God.
thing. Let me reel it back to the comedic side of it. So my friends and I were talking about how, and not all men, but some men and some families, because machismo, you know, like
Uh-oh.
I need a boy in my life to carry on the last name. First of all, stop, okay? Because your last name, aren't last names just basically made up? Like you're telling me that like in the world we were just like,
I mean, I honestly don't know how names
I don't know.
were made. But at the end of the day, like your legacy just lives on through your children, period, whether it's a boy or a girl.
and their last name is carried on or not.
Yeah.
So it's just funny to me because they're like, oh, we need a boy to carry on the last name or da-da-da. And it's just like, do you think Dahmer's family's thinking that right now? They're probably like, please, God.
Yeah, he probably
we're just
thought
gonna
that at
go
the beginning.
change
Yeah.
that. We're just going to go change our last name. Like,
That's probably the only family that's ever thought that. Like,
No.
like I don't want to change it.
Hitler? I changed my last name for sure.
Yeah,
Dahmer,
it's true.
Hitler, Gacy.
I used to always no Gacy's like that's not as specific of a last name.
Gacy.
Because I feel like there's Gacy could be like a bunch of people's last names. Dahmer is very like unique, and so is Hitler.
Yeah, like it makes me sick.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, but no, I don't know. I don't know how it's created. But at the end of the day, your legacy doesn't live through something that's written on
Yeah,
paper.
that's
It's lived through the people that you raise in the bloodline,
Yeah.
like actual bloodline. Like where in your DNA does it say your last name?
That's
Like
true.
if a scientist picked a person apart and they drew the blood, is it gonna say, "Oh yeah, this blood looks like oh that's a Gutierrez"? Like what the fuck? There's definitely Johnson right there. Like, shut the fuck
Johnson.
up.
Oh my God. But you know what? I'm gonna bring it back to when we had Kara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you remember when they had us sign all the paperwork and then they sent us to a little room that wasn't necessarily going to be our room,
Oh,
but it was
the
just like
waiting
the
spot
little
before we
waiting
went
spot
in,
with
yeah.
the curtain. Do you remember what the nurse said to us?
No.
You don't remember? I remember. And she was like, "Oh, was this baby planned?" And I was like, "No." She goes, "Oh, so it's an oops baby." And I was like, "Why the fuck would you say that?"
Man, you know what? I do remember that. And in the back of my head, I was like, no, it's more like, oh.
Oh my God, shut up. No, and then
I've never said oops.
and then she was like, "Oh, do you have other babies?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have a son." And she looked at Ray and was like, "Same father." I'm like, "Bitch, why are you here?"
And what does it matter?
And it wasn't even for like, I was like, "Are you taking like paperwork down?" Or she had nothing with her. She was just asking.
Oh, she was just being nosy.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch.
I'm like, what is
You know
your
what? So
deal?
with people like that, that's why I like to play with people like that. So we were doing Ricky and Natalie's podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and she asked about like how do you go about like treating people that lie? And I was like, I just let them lie. Like you just gotta let them lie after a while. Like you don't have to correct them, especially if you know that's part of the character. Like when people do stupid shit, just let them write that shit out till they realize how dumb they fucking look. Like, why the fuck would you ask that question? To what importance is it for you to fucking know whether or not I have 1 or 2 kids with her already, and it's not just some random ass? Like, who gives a fuck?
Father.
Like the kids being taken care of.
In my head, I'm like, "You think I'm attractive to pull another man? Thank you
Props, but fuck you, bitch.
so much. I look like a hoe thing."
You just completely
And I'm not
me.
saying that anybody who has multiple fathers or baby daddies is a hoe. I'm not saying that. I take that back. But what I'm saying is, I don't know what I'm saying. It just came out.
It just, I don't know.
It was
The
a
thing
joke.
is, people just don't know how to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's really, at the end of the day, people don't know how to shut the fuck up.
But I have a question. Have you ever said anything stupid, like not on purpose, but it comes out and then like later you think like maybe, like kind of right now, like if the baby daddy thing, like if you have multiples, I'm not saying you're a hoe at all.
No.
Never said anything stupid.
Probably when I was younger, but now I don't think so.
Dude,
to be
let
honest.
let me tell you.
In any of our conversations, have I ever said something besides like the how to pronounce yellow and
Guitar and
but
Hello.
besides shit like that, no, I don't think I've ever fucking. But the thing is, I don't. As much as as much as I talk to people, I don't really talk to people.
I've said some stuff that I didn't mean it in a negative way. I think because I
got tongue of fire.
overthink everything.
You have tongue of fire.
I hate that. I do have tongue
Like
of fire.
when you get mad, it's like, yo. That's why I'm just like,
No, but even without tongue of fire, just talking in general, I think I'm just so awkward sometimes that I don't think about what I said. And then after the aftermath is like, wait a minute, they could have taken that a completely different way. And I'm going to share a story with you.
okay, let's do this.
So you remember my friend? I'm not going to name
Wait,
her.
I'm not gonna I'm
not
not gonna have to pass judgment on anybody.
No. Probably just me. So you remember my friend? I'm not going to name her. She was in a wheelchair. She worked with me at the retail store.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Super cool chick. Really.
I thought she was cool.
She was cool. She is cool.
Go ahead.
Not if you had to work with her. I mean, she was cool, like talking, but like having to work. I don't know. No. See now. No. Shit. Fuck. No, she was cool with me. Everybody else had a problem. She was cool with me. So whatever. I don't care. Anyways, she was in a wheelchair and it was just a normal wheelchair that you had to just like manually wheel yourself. Right. One day, my friend and I, another friend, Rebecca and I were in the break room and the break room door opens and this girl comes in with a brand new,
I don't know why I'm already laughing.
brand new motorized wheelchair. And so I see her, I was like, hey girl, ooh, nice wheels. And I didn't think anything, sorry, I hit the table again. I didn't think anything about it. Okay. And she was like, oh, thanks. Nothing. We're good. She left and the door shut and Rebecca's like, Sam, you did not. And I was like, what?
Nice.
And then she was like, what? She's like, nice wheels. I was like, was that bad? Like, I'm really happy for her. She finally got a motorized fucking wheelchair. Is that wrong?
I don't know.
She wasn't offended, but now I stay up at night and I
like
think
wondering
about
if
it.
you offended her.
Yeah. Like last night, just because I couldn't sleep.
I think it could have been worse if you would have said like something worse about the wheelchair, like, oh, I like the other one better. You know what I mean? Like,
why are you using a wheelchair?
Why
No,
you-
yeah. See, that would have been worse, but I didn't think about it, and so
So
sometimes at night I think about it.
in your head, it's like saying, oh, nice new shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no.
Okay. Maybe not the shoes part, not
Fuck.
the shoes part. I told
Fuck.
y'all, we are not PC. Shit just comes out.
If she ever hears this, I love you so much, and
But see,
you
I
are
don't-
just such a good person.
But I don't regret shit that I say or do.
I regret everything.
I don't, because
Well, the thing is, I overthink everything. So even like if I go out to like a social thing or whatever,
that's
I
gonna,
come
that's
home.
gonna have to be a topic one day.
I come home and I overanalyze everything I've said. I've overanalyzed how I acted, overanalyzed how they may have perceived the way I was acting or what I said, and then it just turns into this whole.
But you still choose to say some shit.
I don't choose to. I think I'm just awkward and I'm dumb. Like, okay, that one time, and I'm just gonna say it.
What?
You left me with Severe by myself at Dodger Stadium. Okay,
Oh, yeah, and I can't.
that is one moment that replays in my mind all the time because I was like, "What the fuck did I even talk about?"
You know the funny thing about that though is, so I come back with Ricky, right, and I get off the golf cart. Obviously, anybody that's in listening, you've all been to Dodger Stadium, so you know how big like the parking lot is. So nobody, like, if you got to go from place to place for an event, I'm not fucking walking. So the dude on the golf cart brings us back. And I just see you standing by the stage and he's standing on the stairs, and I get off and all of a sudden he's just like, so and I forgot what it was that.
And I'm like,
I
and I
forgot
look at Ray like,
yeah.
I don't know what I talked about. I just talked.
I forgot exactly what it was he said, but he was like, so you think this? I was like, how'd you hear that from? He goes, I was talking to your wife.
Don't talk to me. And I'm not saying don't talk to me because I don't want to talk to you. It's just that sometimes I do get awkward and I do get nervous. And it's just like
I think that's why people are drawn to you though, because you're not doing anything.
Let's see what stupid shit she says today.
No, you're not doing anything much different than what everybody else does. It's your overthinking that makes you fucking feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
We all fucking do and say
Yeah.
dumb shit. We all fucking, except for me, because I'm perfect.
Yeah.
But no, no. But I think we all do that shit. But you're just willing to fucking actually say it out loud. That like, oh shit, did I overthink it? Like, you're willing to express your overthinking thought.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit, maybe
I'm going to bring it up so it doesn't eat me alive at night.
And the funny shit is, this is a lot of our conversations. It's like, oh shit, so I was talking to so and so, and it's just like, oh shit. And then I'll think about it, but I'm like, nah, she's cool. Don't worry about it. Because I'll tell you.
What if
I'll tell you.
she's never my friend again?
Yeah, I'll tell you when you fucking. When
No,
you're
and
wrong.
even Lydia will tell me too. What's up, Lydia? Lydia, she's a true one right there. She's like, and I'll even ask her like, do you think it was offensive? And she'll tell me no. But then again, Lydia doesn't give two fucks.
I was about to say Lydia's a cool one. shout out to Nancy and Lydia.
Yeah, to Nancy and Lydia. Those are my girls. Not that I don't love everybody else, but those are the two. Like, Nancy is the heart. Like, she will like love me and care for me. And then there's Lydia, who's like, bitch, get it to fucking together.
You know what's funny though? Is if you say like, oh, I'm gonna go out with the girls, I automatically know it's either Nancy or Lydia.
Or Lydia, yeah. they're part of the girls. They're
Yeah.
like in the group somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Have they met?
They have met and they remind me of each other.
Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe it's the colored eyes.
maybe.
Yeah, and the light skin.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's that.
I just got to put it on record though. Nancy was my friend before she was your friend.
She was, but she's my, oh my God, I love her so much. Her and her family, her mom, oh my God, her mom just, when I was going through it, she knew I was going to be at her house, and she even had Nancy save like a little prayer thing for me, and I still have it. I think it's like one of my memory boxes,
That's cool.
and I love her so much.
She has like that old school, like senora vibes.
I
Like,
love her.
she just knows she's been through life, so she's
Mhm.
like, hey.
I love her so much. And then when I was pregnant and I was showing up to her house, she'd always like, because were we still doing taco nights?
I don't remember.
No, I don't think we were doing taco nights at that time. But I remember showing up and I was pregnant, and she was cutting up meat and she gave me some. I was like, thank you.
Thank you.
That's so funny.
That's cool.
But going back to the being awkward thing, there's like, if I don't talk to you, it's either it's because I'm awkward and I don't know what to say, or I'm awkward and I don't want to talk to you. You'll never know which one you are, because I won't tell you like, I don't like you, so I'm not gonna talk to you. Or I'm feeling shy and awkward, so I don't know what to say. I actually might say that to somebody, but if it like, I don't know how to talk to you, especially if I don't like you. There was this person, I'm not going to say where or when this happened, but it was recent, and I was like, fuck, I was trying not to go in the same direction they were, but there was nowhere else to go, and they started talking to me and I didn't respond, and I was just like, and because I'm like, fuck, I don't like you, and I know that's not nice, but it's like, bitch,
Leave me alone.
leave me alone. If I don't respond, and I'm just
You know
like,
what though? I feel like some people know that, and they purposely find their way into your path, like to get in your way. It's like, dude, leave me the fuck alone. I know some people like that, but I think
bipolar.
No, not bipolar. I think just naturally, like, God just gave me this like ability to have a face that people don't like to fuck with.
RBF, resting bitch face.
I'm a resting bitch, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
But no, people don't really fuck with me. But it's funny because people like to do shit when I'm not around, and then when I find out, it's like, and then they carry on like nothing happened. It's like, but I know.
But I know everything.
But
you have
know.
no idea.
Man,
Wait, you know what?
what happened?
We haven't really spoke to each other like this since last time we did the podcast.
We don't ever have time.
We don't have time. How was your week?
My week was cool. It was busy. Man,
Doing what?
Oh, same old, same old.
Welcome to my show.
Oh,
I'm going to interview you.
Yes.
So what have you been doing since the last time we spoke, other than like busy and same old, same old? Like, who have you seen? What were you doing?
The same people.
Who have you been talking to?
Just the same. Ricky Lee, Natalie.
Really, better not be bitches.
Severe.
But Ricky and Natalie are not bitches. They're Ricky and Natalie.
Nah.
Oh, you know what? Kara's really excited to go see Ricky and Natalie and the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
I'm excited for her.
I'm going to hear it for the next few days.
Yeah. And then she's going to say, when are we going to go back? When are we going to go back?
Yeah, I know, right?
Go back.
But, yeah, no, I haven't, same old. My schedule's pretty predictable. People know where I'm at.
I don't know where you're at. You have me have my location on my phone. Why don't I have your location?
You do have my location.
No, I don't.
And the only reason why I have your location is because when we go to Knott's, I need to know where you're at.
I love Knott's Berry Farm.
Other than that, I don't give a fuck where you're at.
Like, I like Disneyland, but that costs like an arm and a leg. But Knott's Berry Farm is my jam.
Your jam.
It's my jam.
I like the pun.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Boom, boom. Do we not have that on the little sound effect
I
thing?
don't know, man. I don't.
Just hit all of them and see.
Let me see. No, I don't want to do that. You interrupt the show.
It's not. It's part of the
It's
show. I'm
not.
asking to you.
It's not.
I'm asking you. It's not.
It's not.
I do that a lot. Oh my God.
What about you? How was your week?
I was sick. I saw my nieces and my nephews this weekend.
Oh yeah, somebody's birthday.
We celebrated birthdays all together, which I find funny because mine's in February, but we always celebrate it in January because there's more January birthdays than there are February,
You're the only February.
I'm the only
birthday.
February. Well, actually, my Aunt Kathy, but that's for a different side of the family,
But
so it's different.
It makes sense though. Your birthday's at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, I don't care.
So
Celebrate me by myself.
separately.
I am that.
You're that important.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
to
was
me,
an
you are.
amazing day for them. They got the best daughter that day, and they should commemorate that with not having to celebrate it with everybody else. I don't understand.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Sorry, I had to throw my.
Oh man, I don't know.
No, my sister's gonna hear this. Like, fuck you, bitch. Yeah. Well, Millie gets it by herself. But then again, Millie's a favorite, and she's my favorite. Sorry,
You know what?
Sandy.
No, Millie's awesome.
Millie is awesome.
Shout out to the little sisters
Shout out to Millie.
because Millie's dope.
Yeah. And
Sophia's
Sophia.
dope.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
kids love fucking baking.
I mean,
with them.
older sisters are cool too. Shout out to Sandy, I
I
guess.
don't have an older sister, so I wouldn't.
I mean, she's okay.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
gonna text me. She's like, you know what? Well, see, and that's funny because I mean, you have a sister, but you didn't really grow up with her because she's younger than you, so you didn't really hang out with her.
No, like
You were
I-
already doing your own thing.
by the time she was a teenager, I was with you.
Yeah, and she brought that up. She was like, I never. What did she say? She's like, because he was with Sam, and I was like, dang. I was like, throw me under the bus. I was like, I didn't tell him to ditch you.
But you also didn't tell me not to.
That's true. You can have him back now.
It's all right. You get spoiled. They all get spoiled. Everybody gets spoiled. It's a trait that I've learned from my dad. Our way of showing love is like we know we can't
Gift giving.
Yeah, we know we can't always be there. But I think most men are that way though. Because most men are always providing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm sorry I can't be there. Let me make it up to you by
Here's a $25 gift card to Bath and Body Works.
you know damn well I don't give you $25.
Okay. Here's a $100 gift card to Bath and Body Works.
But no, it's like I don't know. I didn't really spend time with her like that when she was little or as a teen. When she was little, we used to always be together. She was like on my hip. When she was a baby, she used to always fucking bite me. It's like, why are you biting me?
Not my baby.
But
not
even
my Millie, she never did.
But
that
even now, like I feel bad, but I don't. It's just the way I grew up. Like
she wants to hug you.
Yeah,
she wants to love you.
and I'm like, yo,
You're like,
all
back
right,
off.
That's enough.
Now that's the other way with me and Millie. Millie is not very touchy feely. She will not hug you. She's like, high five, see you later. But I'm like, Millie, I love you, and I'll just hang all over her.
Yeah, don't get it twisted though, ladies and gentlemen. I love my sister more than so many people. So don't test it.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
test
for
it.
real. When there was a scare at the college when she was
Oh,
going
yeah.
there, he
was
jumped
a
in that
lockdown.
car and he drove over there.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't far, but I mean, he for sure just jumped in and went over.
She's like, where the fuck you going? I was like, I'm gonna get in the way fucking cops can't get in.
Yeah,
Trust me.
exactly.
If he
And I
could,
was like,
if
all right,
homeboy got that shit on lockdown, I'll make sure I could get to his ass.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
We would do anything for our sisters.
Oh yeah.
But I always said Millie was my first baby. She was. I was a loser. I mean, I still am. But
You're just a loser with a husband.
Yeah, now with the husband that trapped you. You're stuck. But I always babysat her. I even skipped school a couple times just to stay home with her because my stepmom and my dad couldn't stay home from work.
See, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't think my sister ever. We never really skipped school like that. I mean, not. My mom ever hears this, she's gonna be pissed. My dad always took us to school. We'll just put it that way. So I never like stayed home.
What does that mean?
I didn't always make it to class.
Oh, I was like, wait. What?
Like there was no intention for me to miss school.
Uh-huh.
I missed class unintentionally.
Well, my dad worked at my high school, and so did my stepmom.
Man,
And
that
I
sucks.
know. Well, I knew what to do. I knew not to pull some bullshit, but to skip class because I'd had friends. They're like, "Let's skip," and I was like, "Okay, but let me just text my dad and see if it's okay." They're like, "Are you fucking serious?" I was like, "He's here. He's gonna find out.
Yeah, that's true.
I might as well just fucking tell him."
Let me,
And then he would ask me like, "Well, what grade do you have?" I was like, "Oh, I'm passing." He's like, "All right, cool. I'll see you later. Just be here after school." And I was like, "All right, tight."
you know, the kids that are trying to be
I'll
slick or
see you later.
retarded.
Yeah, I'm
It's
like,
like I'm ditching and I got to.
But now that school is completely closed off.
I remember when we first started dating, we would just slide up in there.
It's like, man, what the hell are you guys doing getting caught sneaking out? They had to put fucking gates everywhere. You suck.
I don't know. I wouldn't say. I don't think it was the kids sneaking out.
Oh, maybe it was
could
just
be
like the people
like
coming
people
in.
trying to get in and shit like that.
But those were the good days. I'm glad I went to high school when it was like all open.
Look at us sounding all fucking old. Like, oh, we lived in such simpler
Well,
times.
you know what? I'm going to just say I'm going to be 35.
Mhm.
I still feel like I'm 18 with the tiredness and the bladder of an 80-year-old, though, because I always got to pee.
That's because of the kids. The kids.
You know what? I was going to bring that up, too. The coughing and the sneezing I've been doing, it's so hard when you're a mom. I never understood why my stepmom would always cross her legs when she'd sneeze or cough. But this last week, I mean, even before then, but I've been hacking up a lung and like, oh shit, I think I peed.
Got to go change these ones.
Good thing I'm wearing a panty liner. But kids ruin you. Guys will never understand that. Kids ruin your body.
Yeah. Do we need to understand it though?
Yeah.
I think
And you get mad because let your mom in the house first. She has to pee. And I was like, I have to pee all the time.
No,
You know, as soon as she hits the door, she's gonna have to pee. And
but
I'm like,
it's not upset that you have to go pee. I think it's more so like I don't understand how the kids don't get the routine now. Like
yeah,
our
it's like, get
son, our son's 11,
it's
our
like that
daughter's 6.
sound on TikTok. Move, bitch.
Yeah, like it's like as soon as they hear the horn, they
No.
go run to the door. It's like
But I want to bring it back around to Lydia for talking shit. I'm going to tell you right now,
uh-oh.
Lydia, when I came back from having Kara, you hadn't had kids yet. And I had to pee. And you're like, oh my gosh, she has to pee again. I was like, and now you look at you. You got 2 kids. And you say you always have to be. You're like, I used to make fun of you. I was like, now you're there with me pissing yourself.
So now you're both just a piss mess.
Yeah. We hang
Yeah,
out in our
well.
own piss. We just chill, cough, pee our pants, and we just like let it go, you know?
Like, every time you guys FaceTime each other, it's like, oh shit,
It's
I
like,
just
oh,
peed.
I peed a little.
It's got a little trickle.
You'll hear me bring up Lydia a lot because honestly, I even told her the other day that if I don't say good morning to her or send her a good morning snap, it's not the same. My day it's like, what the fuck? I
Is
haven't
she like
talked to
your
her today.
significant other?
Yeah.
Besides me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good with it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna complain.
She
It
has a
is
nice
what it
rack. I chose a good one.
I've never seen her rack, so
Yeah.
I just go with what
Just
you're
go,
saying.
yeah, she has a nice rack.
Congrats, Lydia, on your nice rack.
Yeah. She is skinny, so skinny, but big old boobs.
Yeah, I got a nice set of big boobs here myself,
Yeah.
and I'm not talking
Shake
about
'em.
mine.
Shake a little bake, baby.
I like the thicker than a Snicker.
I looked at myself. I was like, damn, bitch, maybe you should have said yes to the bariatric.
Oh my God, knock
See?
it off.
Now I'm going down about myself.
Yeah,
Last week I was
yeah.
confident. This
How-
week, not so much.
How do you compliment someone and then you're down on yourself? That don't make no fucking sense.
Hey, it happens. I could compliment everybody. I can praise everybody left and right because I see the good in them. But honestly, I look at myself and I don't see. Sometimes I don't see it.
That's why people always say.
A majority of the time, I don't see it.
That's why a lot of people always say like, you don't know what someone's going through.
Mm-mm.
That's why, like,
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I'm thinking about that dude Twitch from Allen's
Oh, that
DJ,
broke my freaking heart, dude.
because they were saying like the day before he had posted like this TikTok video with his wife and they're dancing and
Yeah.
I was like, man. And then that shit happens. It's true though. You guys got to be nice to each other. As much shit as we talk, as much
Yeah.
fun as we have with each other, when you encounter each other, you guys got to be cool with each other, man, because you guys never know.
You have no idea what anybody's going through. And that's why the other day I got on Josh because him and his friends like to roast each other. And he was telling me what one of his friends said. And that's when I was like, I was like, you're not doing this no more. There's a limit. And he was like, well, I didn't say it. I was like, I understand that. I was like, but once someone hits that limit or that point, I was like, that's where you guys that's where you need to be the person to be like, nah, I think we're good.
Just a little awkward silence.
Yeah, but like that was wrong.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Sometimes people get out of hand.
You know what,
get out
though?
of hand in situations, but that was wrong.
I think though also people need to actually experience shit like that in order to toughen them up, because it's like we had this conversation the other day, or I had brought it up where I said I would rather my kid be an actual fighter than a football player in today's society.
Uh-huh.
Because at least a fighter is being prepared to get hit. And the way the rules are in football now, they're not, it's such a more softer game now that these guys are getting hurt easy off like the smallest thing, and it's just like their body's not prepared for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And I feel like that's how society is. Like we soften the blow for the children and the young ones coming up so much that they don't know how to just roll with the punch when someone gives them an insult or someone, you know what I mean? It's just like, I think you need a little bit of that, but also understand, like, I don't have to take too much insight into what you're saying. You're going to talk shit. I don't have to fucking put in any thought into it. Like, it is what it is. If you think I'm fat, then congratulations. You're still thinking about me. Why are you thinking about me? Like, you don't like me, but you're thinking about me. That don't make no fucking sense.
Oh my God.
But I think one, we do need to be nicer to people, but two, we, instead of teaching our kids teaching our kids to be soft around the situation, is just to learn how to have a tougher skin. Like, you got to just know people are going to hate on you. People are going to say shit. I remember, like,
which we brought up last week.
Yeah. And I think you just got to go with that shit. Cuz I remember, like, even in high school, girls would fighting each other over dumb shit. It's like, what the fuck are you fighting for?
Yeah.
Like, what's the whole point of it? You're getting upset and hating on someone else to the point where you have to be physical with them. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, unless you're getting paid to fight somebody, that talk all this shit, get yourself hyped up and go do it, you know? Go Conor McGregor on a motherfucker and then go get, but Conor McGregor gets paid millions, so it's like.
Yeah, I never understood why girls were fighting each other. Like, oh my God, you looked at me wrong. It's like, someone said that to me once. They're like, why the bitch looking at me like that? And I was like, girl, the sun was in my eyes and I was turning around. I was squinting. I wasn't even, who the fuck is you? Who are you? Like, I don't even know who you are and you're coming at me. Why would I even give you a dirty
I wasn't even trying to look at you, but you got in my way.
I wasn't, but what's up? What's going on?
And then they get all pissed off. Don't be talking to me like that. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I'm just trying to understand what's happening here. Let's use our words, okay? Let's communicate a little bit. Why do we have to fight? Why? Even though I could punch some people sometimes.
But you know what?
That'd be nice.
The communication part, I think that goes even back to what you were saying earlier about the whole women who don't give natural birth
Mm.
versus women who do C-section. It's like you're just being. You would rather not have the actual communication and have a discussion
It's
about
like,
it.
did someone, because you gave natural birth and someone you don't like gave C-section, are you trying to like talk shit and trying to,
Yeah, I
now you're
don't-
just like throwing everybody who had C-sections under the bus.
That's so dumb. Like, just call people out by their name. Fuck it. Like,
Listen, Susan.
Susan.
Sorry to
Remember
pick
that lady called you
Oh my
Susan
God.
at
So back in
Mervin's?
the day at Mervin's, there was this chola lady, and she was for real chola. Like, she was bad. And she would always call me Susan. Like, she would be like, Susan. And like, I worked with a bunch of guys on truck, and then her, well, she was like a dude, but she was like, Susan. Everybody's like, who the fuck is Susan? I'd be like, that's me. I'm not even try. I'm not even gonna try and change. She's not gonna listen to me. It's Sam, but that's fine. You can call me Susan, and I would answer to it.
That was you being nice about the situation.
Yeah, that was me being nice. Oh, remember when she threw up on the truck?
Oh, because of that one guy. We don't have to talk about that part. But yeah, her calling you Susan. Remember, she told you when she got upset with you.
Oh, that's right. So she thought I was talking shit, right? And I remember I think I was just like tagging jeans with somebody. I don't know who the fuck. She's like, Susan, I can read lips. I worked with deaf people, and I was thinking like, bitch, why would you need to be the one who read lips? Like, wouldn't you need to know sign? Thank you. But seriously, like, why are you telling me I could read lips? I know what you're saying. I was like, I wasn't saying anything. I can read lips.
The funny thing is, we were so young at that point. It's like, how the fuck are we this young and have more logic than you? That shit
She's
make
on
no
crack.
fucking
Like,
sense.
I was just like, okay.
shout
And then
out-
she eventually got fired, I think.
I don't remember. I think I left before all that, didn't I? I don't know. But shout out to all our old Mervin's co-workers.
Oh my God.
There's fucking,
Elaine, Nancy, Kathy, Greg, if you're listening.
there's stories for days.
Man, Mervin's were my hoe days for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah they were.
No, it wasn't. It's just that the pond at my high school
So
was
I
just
gotta
so
say
small.
this. I have debunked the myth that you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
I'm not even a housewife.
Oh, this is true. Damn it! Why do you have to take it away from me,
I'm
bro?
not a housewife.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Yeah, you are.
Do I ever make you like lonche? Do I ever
Lonche?
lonche? Do I ever
Lonche.
patch your lonche?
No.
Oh, speaking of packing lunch, let's go back to the birth. Remember what you said to me when I
Oh
was...
my God, we don't
Let's
gotta
bring
talk
this
about
shit
that.
up.
Don't you gotta go to work?
No, yeah, but I have time for one more story.
Okay, go
when
ahead. But listen.
So okay, let's get to the
Let's
beginning.
go back. You got to put
So-
it later. Second, you're getting emotional. You got to get put it into perspective though, and understand. You have to make it make sense.
Okay, so then you go ahead and I'll tell it from my perspective.
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
Okay, so I was pregnant with Joshua, first kid, right? And Ray was working like early fucking mornings at what, Black & Decker?
Yeah, it was like
Black
I had to be
Decker.
at, I had to be at the warehouse by like 4 in the
And
morning.
so I was making his lunches, but they were just plain ass fucking sandwiches, throwing meat between bread, you know? I was thinking of something else. Shut up.
about meat between
But
those
so the
buns.
day, so one morning I wake up and I'm having the worst contractions of my life, but because I'm new at this, I'm like, maybe I'm just making a big deal. So then in the morning, I'm like on my hands and knees in the bed because I cannot move. My contractions are
Bound
so
to go,
bad.
Wow, wow.
That's what got me there. And anyways, he's looking at me and he's like, do you want me to stay home from work? And I was like, no, just go, because like all the books and all the, like the videos I've watched said that it's going to take a while, especially if it's your first kid. And then he looks at me and has the audacity to just say, did you make my lunch? And I looked at him like, what the fuck did you just fucking say to me?
But
Make your own motherfucking lunch.
to my defense, I didn't know if you were having that same contraction earlier than it, because you used to make my dinner. You used to make my lunch the night before.
I did.
So I didn't know if you.
You could have just gotten up, walked to the fridge, and looked.
So it was just the timing.
It was the timing.
It wasn't the question. It was the timing.
It was it was all of it.
So 11 years later, I'm finding out.
Your communication sucks sometimes because there's things that you say and I'm like, you could have said it a different way, just like the text message that you sent me yesterday.
Oh,
I was like, you could have said that differently and we could have avoided this whole entire problem. Now, if you would have said, oh, hey, okay, that sounds great. Do you need me to do A, B, and C? And I would have been like, yeah, that's fine. Or I would have been
Look.
like, no, actually, I got it.
A, B, or C all has one common result, and that's all I need to know. I'm not.
No, next time think before you respond.
So you asked earlier about like you say things and you're like, oh man, I don't.
You don't think.
No, I do think, but it's just like I'm not gonna be like, oh, because at the end of the day, you should know.
You know what? No, I shouldn't know. You know what? We're cutting it here. I'm out.
You should.
No, I shouldn't know. You should know.
Oh man, you're one tough cookie.
I'm out of here. Thanks for. I know. I really want cookies.
Maybe I'll get cookies later.
Mm.
You gave me some of your cookies later.
Anyways, that's the end of today's podcast. I am Sam.
And I'm Ray.
And I'm cutting him off because he's just too much.
We're all upset at the past.
Oh my God.
All right,
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you everybody.
We love you guys.
This is going to be episode 2.
And I'm sorry it was a little bit too serious at the beginning. I hope
it's always off tangent though.
it's fuck. Yeah,
Always off fucking tangent. But we love y'all. You guys all have a great week and peace.